Good evening. I would like to take this time to welcome the family, friends, Academy instructors, and esteemed faculty to the Mount San Antonio College 79th Fire Academy graduation ceremony. Could I please have the recruits stand? Face your families and friends and give them a round of applause, a symbolic sentiment of thanking them for all their support and sacrifice, because without them, your journey to success in this academy would not have been possible. You may be seated. Thank you. My name is Ryan Jorgensen. I'm the Battalion Chief, Fire Marshal, and Paramedic Coordinator with the La Habra Heights Fire Department. When I was asked by Chief Genovese to be the keynote speaker of this academy class, I felt extremely humbled. Humbled to share how over 25 years in the fire and EMS service has provided me with a sense of belonging to a cause greater than myself. The sense of service I've cultivated throughout my career does not compare to any personal or professional goal I have ever pursued or accomplished. Every day we make a variety of choices. How often do we stop and think about what led to our decision and how we made a particular choice? I train my firefighters the 90-10 rule. You see, life is 10% what happens to us and 90% in how we choose to respond to it. Because while the 10% is not within our control, believe it or not, the 90% actually is, I've come to find out. And that 90% will undoubtedly decide the outcome of any decision or situation. When an emergency happens to a member of the public, they call 911 and we respond, because in the fire service, we are in the business of responding to emergencies, of course. It's often overlooked that we are not simply reacting to a given situation, though. We are responding with a skill set rooted in training, education, and experience. How does this look? Let's unpack this a little bit. It's the way you have been trained to don and doff your turnout gear and SCBA within a certain amount of time. The way you've been trained to enter IDLH environments with precision, as well as the way you've been trained to provide emergency medical treatment to your patients. But why allow it to stop there? It is vital we train our autonomic nervous system, sorry, that's the paramedic in me, I'll never get it out, to not only react to situations in our professional and personal lives, but choose in which way we respond to them. Remember, when you come face to face with an emotional or critical decision, and they will happen, you possess the ability to not only simply react, but choose your response. I have found this 90-10 rule to be so powerful, I've adopted it in my own life. It's in the way I choose to respond to my superiors, my coworkers, my firefighters and paramedics, and yes, even my family. I'd like to share a personal story with you that set the trajectory for my chosen career path in the fire service. My father passed away in 2008. He worked most of his adult life as a doctor. I looked up to my father as a hero, as a mentor, and also a leader. When I was younger and contemplating on my own profession, I asked my dad for his advice. I honestly thought he would have mapped out my path to medical school, to be honest. However, he didn't. His words of guidance are the foundation of how my wife and I choose to raise our three boys in terms of their education, sports, and eventually their career choices. My dad told me he had three criteria for a career. First, you need to be able to support your family by doing it. Trust me, you guys are going to be okay. Make sure you have passion for it. And thirdly, be the absolute best you can personally be at whatever you choose to do. Now, within the context of the fire service, find what it is that you love about the fire service and make the conscious decision to become the subject matter expert in that focused area. This will evolve over your career, it will change. However, because the reality is the only person who must wake up to that alarm clock with their 2 feet on the floor and go to work is you. My father's advice outlined a path that led me to UCLA's paramedic program. Shortly after that, the El Camino College Fire Academy, and eventually the La Habra Heights Fire Department. Years later, when I was ready to promote from captain to chief officer, It was my dad's advice of becoming the best I could be in a particular area that, with the support of my wife and children, led me just 4 years ago back to college, where I pursued and earned my master's degree in public administration. This goal that I accomplished positioned me in alignment to become the chief officer that I had set out to become. It was that advice of becoming the best version of myself that really steered the ship in that situation. So whatever goals you may have, go after them. Do not wait for the perfect time, because to be quite honest, at my age, I can be honest with you guys, that time never comes. The perfect time does not exist. The brain responds to action, not motivation. Motivation wanes. Discipline does not. So when you feel like it's time to give up because things are just a little too hard, you didn't pass the test, you didn't pass the promotional exam, you didn't make it through that interview process, that's actually a sign. That's your nervous system telling you it's time to dig in a little bit more. Firefighters, you now have to make a job out of getting the job. That's a piece of advice my cadre made to us back in 2006. Become a volunteer firefighter. Go to paramedic school. Take as many tests and sit for as many interviews as humanly possible. And continue to work at your goals every day until they become what we like to call fruition. I would like to leave you with this. Perceptions. It's common to have perceptions of any fire department. What I'm referring to is the perception that if I only work for fill in the blank fire department, I will be content. What I've come to learn in my career is perceptions are just that. They're perceptions. They are what we often think about a subject without having the first-hand knowledge or experience in that given area. This means often these perceptions are exactly that. They're wrong. Fire departments are no different than most other places of employment or businesses. They are filled with a variety of individuals coming together to accomplish the mission and vision of not only the organization, but also the fire service profession. So regardless if you find yourself working for LA City, LA County, OCFA, Orange City, West Covina, San Gabriel, Torrance, or Beverly Hills, I practice that. You will not just be working for a fire department. You will be a part of something more profound. Something greater than yourself. You will be working for a profession that is known as the California Fire Service, where we thrive off teamwork, personal professional growth, sacrifice, and service. Firefighter graduates, welcome to the fire service, where we are built for perseverance and excellence. Thank you.